Hi everyone and welcome to another Kanikapila Mondays live ukulele jam with me, Matt Stead. I hope you're keeping well and the sun is shining in your part of the world. Well, it's dark and rainy here, but you know, it's the autumn. What can you do? It's all good. We've got a really nice eclectic mix of songs tonight. I was thinking you guys are so kind to kind of humour me and not kind of think what the heck is going on with your song choices, because tonight we've got songs by Cyndi, Lauper, Vashti Bunyan. Who else have we got? We've also got, oh gosh, my brain's gone. The Left Banke, amazing band. And we've also got a bit of Dionne Warwick as well. So a really interesting mix, all with a bit of a walking theme today. I normally come up, sorry, I've got a hair in my mouth. I normally come up with the theme first and then kind of work it from there. Or sometimes I'll just find a song that I really like. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, that's really unprofessional, but I had a hair in my mouth. I think I'm molting at the moment. Yeah, normally I come up with a theme first and then fit some songs around it, or sometimes I'll find a song that I really love. And I've wanted to do a Vashti Bunyan song for ages, and this was just a good excuse to get one in there. So thank you, and I hope you really enjoy it. Hi guys, hi Ernestance, hi Andrani, hi Suzanne. Hope you're all doing well. Apparently it's a gorgeous day in Austin. Nice. It's finally cooled off. It's it's starting to. It was really mild here last week, but it's starting to change. I've still got petunias in my garden, which is like quite mad for this time of year, and all sorts really. So that's always good, isn't it? So hope you're all doing. Hi Norman, good to see you. Hi Anthony, hope you're doing well, mate. And right, let's have a look at what we've got tonight. Remember, you can download the sheets, links in the description and in the comments as well. They're completely for free and they look something like this. Cumbria calling, I love that, Norman. Hi Karen, hi Laura. Hope you're all doing well. Fantastic. You can download your sheets, and what I've started doing, I hope this will help some of you. I haven't got time to go and do all of the hundreds of them that are on the website. But in the archive, I've started putting a link to the chord sheets right below the video. So if you're kind of doing a replay and you want to find the sheets, it makes it way easier. So now it's a lot easier to find them. So if you go in the Kanikapila Archive, just learnukulele.com and then click on live, go into the Kanikapila one, you'll find them all there a lot easier, and you'll be able to start playing along with the golden oldies, which would be great. So what else did I need to tell you about? Oh, we've got another live lesson on the way next week. So this isn't this Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. And I'm going to go a bit theory heavy on this one, but hopefully in a good way. We're going to look at how to build any chord on the ukulele. And we've already had some interesting discussion on the forum and on the Facebook group about things like what the heck is a minor major 7 chord and things like that. So if you've ever wondered what an F sharp minor 7 flat 5 is, I'll show you. The idea is it basically clarifies everything, makes it easier to understand, and then you're not intimidated by chords. You kind of enjoy them more, which is the whole point, right? So that's going to be a week on Wednesday, which I'm excited about. If you're ever not sure, if you go on my homepage now, learnukulele.com, scroll down, about halfway down, I've got a little widget which gives you the up and coming live lessons. So you can find them on there as well. Okay, right, let's have a look. We'll have a look at our first song, I guess, and get started. So this one was a kind of obvious one. Once I came up with the theme, we kind of had to do this, right? Walk On By. It's an absolute classic. This was written by, of course, Burt Bacharach. I don't know what's happened to my brain today, honestly. I think it's gone. This one's written by Burt Bacharach, and I think some of his songwriting is absolutely sublime. He kind of gets lumped in with that whole easy listening thing, doesn't he? And I kind of think that doesn't do him justice, and I really hope you'll see that even though this is relatively easy to play, the chords are so beautiful and sophisticated and quite unusual as well in the way that they come together. So this is the first one we're going to start with, obviously written for Dionne Warwick as well. Interestingly, in Karen's fascinating facts in the back that she did for us, or it might be Barbara and Karen have both been sharing the fascinating facts, and thanks for doing that, folks. I learned that this was actually meant to be the B-side. In fact, it was the B-side to Any Old Time of Day. And Murray Kay, who is like a really influential radio DJ in the US, he did all the radio interviews with the Beatles when they came over on their first tour, for example. He decided to play the B-side because it was much better, and that was Walk On By, and this became a massive hit for her in the end. So interesting. Indrani was sitting there wondering why nothing has happened and forgot to hit play. Oh, no worries. Oh, cool, Leslie. We'll be your driving music. Yeah, this is quite a nice one for driving music because it's quite calming, I think. So yeah, that would be nice. So remember with Kanikapila, we break things down into groups of chords in a key. Every key has 7 main chords that a composer can choose from. They rarely use all 7, and sometimes they'll even nick chords from another key. But that's like the general palette that they use to work with. This one's kind of interesting because it's in the key of F major, but you could almost, in the verses, it feels like you're in A minor because we have an A minor 7. That sets us off on the journey. You can think of this actually as in 2 different keys, but I prefer just think of it all as in the key of F. It just makes it easier to notate and everything. And that's also why it has an almost floaty feel at the start, because we're starting with the 3 chord F, G, A being played as a minor 7th, which is quite a kind of unstable, slightly floaty sounding major chord anyway. So it's really, really interesting. Oh, I know the Stranglers version, Anthony. Yeah, I know, totally different, right? But so cool. Love it. So this A minor 7, easy peasy lemon squeezy, because what you can do if you want to is no fingers at all. Just play all of the strings open. There are other options for this A minor 7. You can also play it up here at 5-7-5-7. You can also do this shape back here. You can also do this shape. And of course there's our good old all open. So we're just going to start by doing just an open chord. So there's our 3 chord. Now remember with Kanikapila, what we do is every one of those measures is 4 beats. So each one of these little rectangles is 4 beats. And if there's a blank rectangle, that just means keep playing the same thing. So basically we've got 3 measures, of A minor 7. I'm going to do a really simple down strum on this. I'm going to do down, down, down. And then occasionally I'll do a down up on the last one. Have a listen. Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Keep it really simple. So we've got this A minor 7 for 3 measures. Then we go to the 6th chord, which is D. So that's just 3 fingers all on the G, C and E strings. The nice thing about this is because you're playing the A minor 7 before you put your fingers down for a D, you can actually have these fingers ready to go. Like this. Hi Joe! And then put them down for the D. Take them away for A minor 7. Put them back down, you get the idea. Away. Yeah, lovely. Then we have this lovely building feel where the chords are building, they're rising upwards, because we have the 2 chord G minor, or in this case we're playing it as a G minor 7, and then that leads to the 3 chord one step higher than that, which is the A minor 7. You'll notice that so many of these chords are major or minor 7ths, and that was a really common thing to do in Burt Bacharach's music. It makes them sound a little bit more rich and sophisticated, which is really, really nice, which matches the feel here. So a 7th just means we add the 7th note of a scale. So A minor 7 and A minor with 7th added. F major 7 and F major chord with a 7th added. If the theory hurts your brain, don't worry, it's easy to play. These have fancy pants names, but this one's nice and easy to play, which is great. So after we've done all those A to Ds, or A minor 7s to Ds, then we've got G minor 7. Remember, you've got the chord diagrams if you get stuck as well on the next page, so don't panic. You can look them up there. So G minor 7, bar the bottom 2 strings of the 1st fret, and then up and over of your 2nd fret like this. Notice we've got 2 measures of that. I'm just going to see if I can move this camera to save me leaning over so much. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A minor 7. Or if you want, you can take this G minor 7 up and play exactly the same thing at the 3rd and 4th frets. So G minor 7, A minor 7. And you might think, well, how's that working? You're taking a chord up the fretboard and it's not a 4-finger chord, there's an open string, but it still works. It's kind of interesting. I won't go into too much detail because I want to crack on and play this beautiful song. But if you think, you know, when you move a chord, it goes up by half a step. So that's G minor 7, becomes G sharp minor 7, and then A minor 7. The reason this A minor 7 works is that the 7th note in the key of A is this G. So that's why moving this one up still works at this fret. But if you kept moving it up, it wouldn't form loads of other minor 7 chords. So it's just a quirk of the chord, basically. Let's try a verse, because it's one of those ones where it seems a bit weird, but once you start playing it, it makes sense. Just follow me. 1. Oh, let me just get my lyrics up. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by, ba, 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 ba. Walk on by and make believe. Don't those chords sound glorious on a ukulele? I love it. They're relatively easy to play. They sound absolutely beautiful. Next up, we've got what is actually quite a fairly common chord progression. We've got a 6, 3, 4, 5. You've probably heard of 1, 6, 2, 5 or 1, 6, 4, 5. That's a really common chord combination. If you haven't, don't worry. It just means these are 4 chords that fit together really beautifully in any key. And we've got a D minor here, like so, followed by an A minor 7. Now you could go back to this one, or if you prefer, you can just take all your fingers off like this. Okay, so D minor to an A minor 7 to a B flat. Now this one's a little bit tricky. You could just play that G minor 7 shape and get away with it, because B flat is only 1 note difference. You've got this ring finger up here on the 3rd fret of the G string. Okay, like that. You could also do the barred version. If you prefer, either's fine, okay, that way or that way. Remember my tips that I'm always saying when you do B flat, try and keep this wrist as straight as possible. If you do this, the temptation is to kind of bend upwards, but then it makes it harder to pull these fingers back. And also it can do you a little bit of mischief with your finger, with your wrist, sorry. The straighter you can keep your wrist when you're playing, the better it is for longevity and avoiding injuries and things like that. So nice straight wrist. And then the other thing, notice that my fingers are on a diagonal, which allows me to reach up and over a little bit more. If they're like this, again, it's going to make an awkward wrist shape and it makes it harder to reach over easily, whereas this is perfect. Okay, of course you can borrow as well. And you can either take that up to a C 2 frets higher, or you can go to an easy peasy C just back here. Okay, so this is the pre-chorus. So pre-chorus is kind of like a prelude to the chorus. It's what kind of sets up the chorus, which is really, really lovely. So that will look and sound like this. 2, 3, 4. You don't see the tears, just let me grieve in private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry. Now here we finally have the one chord, the chord that the key is based on, an F chord. And again, Burt Bacharach uses a major seventh to give it a really kind of floating, almost quite mystical sound, which is really, really beautiful. And F major 7 is one of my all-time favourite chords on the ukulele. Most people get taught how to play it down here, which is really tricky as a 4-finger chord like this. It's really hard to get all your fingers in, can you see? It's like an F with this high C added, but then also adding this E note, which is the major 7th. Really tricky. But did you know you can do exactly that, the same chord, just by playing 5-5-0-0? So you can put any fingers. You could use these two, however you want really. 2 fingers on the 5th fret of the G and the C strings, nothing on the A and the E strings. So really lovely. I like to use these two because when I come back down to the B flat, I can kind of reach ahead with that first finger. If you find that B flat really tricky, just lift off and play a B flat major 7 by lifting off with this finger. Okay, both work. So we get this F major 7. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by. Then we go back to that F major 7. Again, really glorious chords here. I think they're just absolutely beautiful. Now remember, if you find that all a bit mind-boggling and you can't quite remember all those chord progressions, it's a lot for Kanikapila, this one, but I just thought it was such a beautiful song. Had to be done right. Well, you've got the chords and the lyrics written together here. So if it's easier to follow on this sheet, absolutely fine, not a problem at all. You can still see the structure and how it's working with those chord progressions. And notice the structure of the song. We've got verse, pre-chorus, chorus, verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Then we have an instrumental. I'll talk you through that in a sec, which is just a verse instrumentally, or half a verse. And then we have the end of that verse with some lyrics on, walk on by. And then we've got a pre-chorus and chorus. So if you ignore the fact that the first half of this verse is instrumental, it's the same thing over and over. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Verse, pre-chorus, chorus. Really simple, right? So if you just strum along, absolutely fine. You should have no problem. Some of the chords are quite tricky on this, I know, but give it a go. And remember, you don't have to do anything fancy if you're strumming. You could just strum down once on a chord. Okay, each time. That's absolutely fine. You haven't got to do anything super fancy if you don't want to. Now, if you did want to have a go soloing on the first half of this instrumental, remember how I said at the start you could kind of think of this bit as almost being as A minor? And I think it works really well using the A minor pentatonic on this, even though the overall key is F. And the brilliant thing about that A minor pentatonic, I think we've got it on one of the next sheets. There it is. Notice it's our brilliant scale because we can play an open A. We can play all the dots on the A string. That's the 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, 10th fret, and 12th fret, which is fantastic. You can kind of use those as a little roadmap to play. And you can also do all the dots on your E string Just remember, I'm always banging on about this, don't play the 7th fret, play the 8th fret. That's the only change on the E string. Otherwise you can use all of those notes to solo along to. So backing track, if I just play a backing track just to give you an idea, it's such a short solo. I almost thought about not even mentioning it and just doing the chords, but if you want to, it will be the first half of this section basically, and you can noodle over the top. Sounds something like this. And that's it. That's as long as you get. So it's a very, very short solo if you want to. Notice I didn't do a million notes. I'll do that again. I'll play even less notes and it still sounds great because it's quite a slow song. Let me just have a go. Okay. Oh, press play again. So I'll do even fewer notes. So notice you don't have to fit loads of notes in there, but if you want to have a little play along in that bit, do a little instrumental, give it a go. It's really, really nice. Indrani is saying she actually thought the B flat major 7 sounded nicer than the B flat. Yeah, I did actually. It's interesting you should say that, Indrani, because I did think about just using a B flat major 7. I guess I'm just being a bit anal because I know that he does it in the original. He uses a B flat, but yeah, it works because Bacharach loved those major 7th chords, so it'll definitely work. So if you find it easier in the chorus, B flat major 7 is just like a B flat, only you don't have to press down. So it makes it a bit kinder when you go from this F major 7 chord. You can just do that. All right, and have a try both and let me know which you think sounds better. It's up to you. All right, should we give it a go then? So it's going to be this section, this section, this section 3 times basically, and I'll switch to this view so that you can sing and play along if you want to. Okay, there we go. I'll come over here. 1, 2. Oh, sorry guys, let's just do one verse instrumentally just to give us something to get going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minor 7. It's just a little intro, don't worry too much about it. Then we'll start the song after this next chord. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on by. Walk on by, make believe that you don't see the tears. Just let me grieve in private, 'cause each time I see you, I break down and cry. Walk on by. Stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just can't get over losing you, and so if I seem broken and blue, walk on by, walk on by. Foolish pride is all that I have left, so let me hide the Walk on by. Walk on by. Foolish pride is all that I have left, so let me hide the tears and sadness you gave me when you said goodbye. Walk on by, don't stop. Walk on by, don't stop. Now you really gotta go slow. Walk on by, don't stop. Baby, never even see the tears I cry. Don't stop. Now you really gotta go and walk on by. Don't stop. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that lovely? What a great song. And I think it really highlights... oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I think it really highlights, right, how lovely those jazzy chords can sound on ukulele. And I think the reason they work so beautifully is most jazz chords are 4-part rather than 3-part. What I mean by that, a normal 3-part chord, we'll talk about this next week in the workshop, but a normal 3-part chord has 3 notes, like a C major chord has 3 notes, C, E, G, and then this one down here is another C, same as this one, just higher. So we've got 3 notes. But a major 7th chord has 4 notes, such as a C major 7 has a C, an E, a G, and that B. So a lot of jazz chords have 4 notes. How many strings we've got on our uke? 4 strings. So it's really nice. And we're able to achieve these beautiful jazz chords with very little effort, which is amazing. I mean, A minor 7 really is a jazz chord, and you don't even have to use a finger. How cool is that? So really, really luscious chords that work really well on ukulele. So give that one a try afterwards. It's such a lovely song to have a go at. And yeah, it's such a brilliant song as well. Let me know how you got on with it. Oh, thanks, Joe. Joe found that beautiful. And Indrani says, nice, but not so easy on a first try. But remember, it's only a first try, so it's all cool. You've got plenty of... What do they say? You've got the whole of the rest of your life to perfect that. Now, his next song is by one of my favourite bands. I absolutely love this song. And Tim, if you're there, I'm not sure if Tim's going to make it today, but Tim, if you're there or watching this later, thank you for the video. Tim sent me a video of the Left Banke doing a live performance of this song. And gosh, they're so young. The harpsichord player that wrote this song was 16 at the time. Mad, isn't it, that you can write something so brilliant at the age of 16. Oh, thanks, Suzanne. Thank you. Yeah, it's a gorgeous song, isn't it? I'm not taking the credit. I'll give that to Burt Bacharach and Dionne Warwick for a wonderful singing, obviously. So yeah, back to Left Banke. So they were all real youngsters when this was released. They played a genre called Baroque pop. I think a lot of people put them into that Baroque pop category because they used a harpsichord, which is a Baroque instrument. It gives it that old kind of Baroque feel, which is really interesting. Baroque pop bands, they used a lot of unusual chords, like you'll see here this D7 chord, which shouldn't really belong. You'll see that at the end of the verses, but really, really nice. And if you enjoy this song, check out Left Banke. I think they only ever released 2 albums. I hope I've got that right. They weren't around for long, but an amazing band. And if you enjoy that, check out some other Baroque bands, Baroque pop bands like Millennium. Who else is there? There's The Association, great band. Another one which I really love is Four Seasons. You know, Frankie Valli and all that. Well, they went on to become like this amazing pop band, of course, and they were, and until Frankie Valli went solo. But they've released this amazing Baroque pop album called Imitation Life Gazette. I think it's True Life Imitation Gazette, and it is amazing. So if you're interested and you enjoy this, just check it out. It's a really brilliant one. Perhaps I'll post it on Facebook afterwards. And in Karen's fascinating facts here, it mentions, it's quite sweet really, that this was written by the harpsichord player about the girlfriend of the bassist, who's Renee, Walk Away Renee. So he wrote it about the girlfriend who was going out with the bassist, and he was so nervous about playing it that when they went into the studio, he had to record the harpsichord on another take because he couldn't do it. I just love that. It's brilliant. Interestingly, I once got together with a lady in a band who was going out with the bassist, and she ended up being the mother of my children and my beautiful wife. So there we go. It all works out at the end. So I maybe that's why I love the Left Banke so much. I don't know. Oh, Leslie says the Association played at my high school. Whoa, no way, I'm friends too. That's amazing. Me and Sharon were both massive fans of the Association. We love them. We love all their proper songs, but we always sing that broccoli one to the kids, you know. Broccoli, eat it plain or with cream and cheese. Well, you have to look it up anyway. It's really, really great. Oh, apparently Barbara gets the credit for the fascinating facts this time. Chapeau, Barbara. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's have a look at what's happening in this song. We're in the key of C for this one, a nice easy key, the people's key. So the chords are relatively straightforward. We have got that B flat again, but remember you can always do the B flat major 7 if you struggle with it. So in the key of C, C is our 1 chord, and that's the chord that you feel at home with. When you hit it, it just feels like the song's rested. And you'll see that it comes at the end of the introduction where it feels rested. It also sets us off on a journey when it comes at the start of the verse. And then the dead giveaway is at the end of the chorus. We end on it as well. So it kind of just sets the scene. Then we've got the 4 chord coming up a lot. That's F in the key of C, C, D, E, F. That just creates a sense of change. I often call it the change chord, don't I? So we'll see that coming up a lot in here as well. And then we've also got the 2 chord, Touch of Melancholy, and that's mostly it. We've got a couple of unusual ones as well, which I'll talk to you about when we get there. So the intro, we've got 2 beats of F. You can see that because we've got those 2 diagonal lines after it. So we have 2 Fs. 1 C, D minor, and C. Okay. So you can count that as 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'll do that again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're a traditionalist, of course, you can also count it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely, really nice way to open the piece, and you hear this gorgeous harpsichord coming in on the original, and a really nice violin part as well, which is really lovely. Another part of Baroque pop music, there were a lot of strings on it as well, which is really, really cool. Okay, so that's the intro, dead easy, and then we go into this lovely verse, which is, it's relatively straightforward in that we've got the 1 chord which you'd expect, setting us off on a journey. And I'm just going to do a calypso strum on this one, by the way, guys. Just a really simple down, down, up, down, up. Walk, running, I'm running. Walk, running, I'm running. Down, down, up, down, up. And remember, you don't have to do that. You could do all downs. Just keep in time with us. You could even do a single down strum on each chord if you want as well. So we start, as I say, straightforward with this C chord, setting us off on a journey. Then we have some tension from the 5 chord, C, D, E, F, G. Then this next chord is interesting. We've got that B flat again. It shouldn't really come up in the key of C because there are no sharps and flats in the key of C. It's just C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So we should have a B rather than a B flat. But the reason it works, and I've really been highlighting this recently in Kanikapila, as you might have noticed, we call it the 4 of the 4 chord. It can be called the flatted 7th chord as it's written, but we think of it as the 4 of the 4 chord. And generally it works because chords, if you think of that circle of fifths we've looked at in other lessons, chords like to resolve backwards a fourth, and that's what's happening here. So B flat is 4 above F. F, G, A, B flat. So we call it the 4 of the 4 chord. Long story short, B flat leads beautifully to F. That's why it works even though it's not in the key. So B flat, you could do that B flat major 7 if you struggle. Okay, so just flatten down like this. And it's one of those chords that gives it that Baroque feeling. So C, da da da, G, da da da, B flat. Da 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 da, back to the 4 chord, which is a nice straightforward one. Then we have a beautiful chord coming in next, an F minor. And that's the 4 chord turning from a major into a minor. Another really common thing to do in a lot of classical music, and it works here in this pop piece, which is really, really lovely. We just move that slightly. Now, the easiest way to do this, you could just go straight from an F, swap these 2 fingers round and pop your finger down here. Remember, all the chord diagrams are on the second page, so you've got them there if you want to in your free sheets. Okay. The other thing you could do is when you play the F, at any point put this finger down, because there is a C note in an F chord. There's one here, so you can repeat it here. That allows you then just to flip these. I'll show you what I mean in slow motion if I play the first line. Da 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 da. Little finger comes down, flip. Da da da. Okay, so it just allows you to get that flip easier. Take your finger off for a C. Then we've got the change chord going back to the 1 chord, really common, 2 beats of each. And then we end that section with a D7. You could play a Hawaiian D7 if you find it easier. That's absolutely fine, 2-0-2-0. Or you can do a traditional one by bar in the 2nd fret. Finger down on the 3rd fret like that. Now again, the D chord in the key of C should be a D minor. That's just what we would expect. So turning that into a dominant 7th is really unusual. It creates like it almost startles you a bit when it comes along, but it still works because it's a form of D. Just really, really cool, and it gives it that kind of Baroque feel. I'll play a verse so you can see what it sounds like, guys, because I feel like I've been rabbiting on a bit, so you can have a little listen. Okay, it'll sound like this. I'm just getting the lyrics up. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I need to move that along. 1. Oh, still got the wrong lyrics up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I see the sign that points one way, is that flip? The lot we used to pass by every day. Okay, really, really lovely, isn't it? I just love these songs tonight. I've gone a bit mad, but I love them. Then we've got a really common chord combination of 1, 6, 4, 5 with a little extra C in there. 1, 6, 4, 5. That's the kind of, that's like most modern pop songs, right? So many pop songs use that chord combination, but here we've got it in a Baroque song. It's really, really cool. So really simple. We just do a C, G. Oh, sorry, I'm on the verse again. Sorry, C, A minor. No worries, Fran. An F chord and C and G. Similar again, C, A minor, F. Then we have a slightly dark chord in any key. Whenever you play the 3 chord in the key of C, that's E minor, C, D, E, and we play it as an E minor. This kind of adds a sadness to it. Remember, this guy's kind of longing for a girl that he'll never get with, so it has a sense of sadness to it. So 3 chord has a sadness, and that's why that comes in at that point. C, this is second line of the chorus. You'll hear it here. And then that tension is relieved by going from the 4 chord to the 1. A little cheeky D minor to give it that Baroque feel, and then back to C. 1, 2, C, D minor, C. Okay. So that very last measure, or penultimate measure of the chorus, 2 Fs, C, D minor, and then C. Okay. It's similar to the one in it, well, it's exactly the same as the intro. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's relatively straightforward. Really, really pretty. Really, really lovely. That. I'll just play that one just quickly so you can hear it. Just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home. The empty sidewalks on my block are not the same. You're not to blame. It's tricky, that last bit. You could leave the D minor out if you want for now and stick it in when you're more confident with it, but that's what we've got going on there, which is really, really nice. Now that's most of the song. We've got a little instrumental which is really, really simple. It goes to the relative minor. That's a really common thing to happen in a bridge or an instrumental. And again, this is only for regular Kanikapilarists. If you're a beginner, don't worry about this. But remember, the relative minor is 6 above the key that we're in. So we're in the key of C, C, D, E, F, G, A. So A minor is the relative minor of the key of C. And you notice it's all chords that come up in the key of C that we've seen already. It's just we're starting on that 1 chord, so we call it in the relative minor, okay? So A minor for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A bit like the verse of Walk On By, isn't it? And then we have the change chord F to this 1 chord, resolution. 1 more F, and then we've got that unusual Baroque sounding D7 at the end. Okay. Now if you want to, you can solo over this and it'll sound really beautiful. You can use the exact same scale that we used for the last song. Okay, so you can use the A minor pentatonic, which is also the C major pentatonic. So all the dots on your A string, literally any fret that's got a dot, even way up there you can play them. And you can also do all your dots in the E string, but not the 7th fret up to the 8th. Again, even right up there you can hit those notes. So I'll give you an example. I'll see if I can play a backing track and you can have a little listen for an example. Here we go. And then that'll take you into another chorus. So if you want to have a little noodle on that bit, have a go, because it sounds really, really, really nice. Now there's one thing where I made a mistake on these sheets. In fact, actually there's 2 things, but the other one's in a different song. There's a slight mistake. I'm going to see if I can bring my own iPad up. Give me just a second so you can see it. Yeah, here we go. Can you see when we do the chorus, I just mislabeled it. I think I misread my own handwriting when I was typing this out. when you get to the bit where it says you back home each time, it should be a C followed by a G. So if you've got a pen and you want to change your sheets, or if you've got like a, you know, or a stylus or whatever, you can change them over. So it should be C, A minor, F, and then where it says you back home, it should be C followed by G, not the other way around. Okay, you could just remember it as well, it'd be fine, but every time you get there, just change it over. We'll do an updated sheet at some point and put it on Facebook so that you guys have got the correct version as well. It's just every now and then I think I just have a funny 5 minutes, or I can't read my own handwriting when I type it up. Okay, so I only noticed when I was doing a little practice for you tonight. There we go. All right, so let me just do that again, just so you can see exactly what I mean. When I do a chorus, the bit that goes walk away, Renee. Just walk away, Renee, F, you won't see me follow. Here, it should be C and then G, you back home. All the rest of the song is right, and it happens every time we've got a chorus. All right, just so you can find it. Okay, should we give this one a go then? So this is really cool, playing proper left field rock pop, and I love it. Let's give it a go. Remember, the intro is like the bit that happens at the end of the chorus. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's give it a go. I'm going to speed it up just slightly quicker than that. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1. Here's our first verse. And when I see the sign that points one way, the lot we used to pass by every day, just walk away, Renee, you won't see me follow you back home. The empty sidewalks on my block are not the same. You're not to blame. From deep inside the tears that I'm forced to cry, from deep inside the pain that I chose to hide, just walk away, Renee, you won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain beats down upon my weary eyes, for me it cries. Instrumental, hit those pentatonics. F, C, F, D, so. Then one more chorus, come back in here. Just walk away, Renee, you won't see me follow you back home. Now as the rain beats down upon my weary eyes, for me it cries. Yeah, fantastic. Another great song. I just love it, love it, love it to bits. Don't do remember, if you didn't get that the first time, you can watch these Kanikapila back as many times as you want. You just find them on the website, learnukulele.com. Easy to remember now, right? Learnukulele.com. What do you want to do? Learn ukulele. Learnukulele.com. And you can find all of the archive Kanikapilas. There's literally hundreds and hundreds of them on there. As I say, if you haven't already downloaded the sheets, I'm making it easier to do so. They're completely for free, and it takes us a lot of work to do these each week, so really appreciate it. If you ever want to send a tip over our way, you can do virtual tips. There's a link on the description and in the comments as well. Thank you for everyone that's supported me. I really appreciate it. What else was I saying? Can't remember now. It's gone. The only other thing I wanted to mention just before we start second half is don't forget to come and join me a week next Wednesday, because I think this is going to be a really, really great one. We're going to do how to learn how to build any chord on the ukulele, which is really going to be loads and loads of fun. Joe was singing up on instead of up on. That's all right. It kind of works. It's kind of the same word almost, isn't it? Just with a gap in between. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, like I say, do check out the Left Banke. There's a really nice compilation record. You'll find them on YouTube and stuff as well. They had some brilliant singles. Pretty Ballerina, that's another one. Oh, it's just so much great stuff there. So the next one that we're going to do, let me know how you got on with that, folks, as well. Hope you enjoyed that, and you enjoyed learning something new if you hadn't played it before. Oh, got ya. Up on. Yeah, I get it. It's so cool. So this one, I'd like to walk around in your mind, was by a brilliant singer-songwriter. Many of you will know her, but Vashti Bunyan. It's kind of an interesting story. So in the kind of mid-60s, she was a model, and she was discovered by Andrew Loog Oldham. He was the manager of the Rolling Stones. So it's all the kind of swinging 60s in London, and he kind of found her, and I think Marianne Faithfull had left the record label Decca, and they were looking for someone similar to replace her. So Andrew Loog Oldham was kind of trying to kind of bring her through as a songstress, if you like, in the Marianne Faithfull pop vibe. And she had a couple of records, a couple of singles that weren't that successful. Oh, cool, thanks, Pam. Thanks, Laura. Something new, and that's the fun, isn't it? So she had a couple of singles which never really went anywhere, and then kind of towards the end of the 60s, she got sick of the whole music scene, and it wasn't really working for her. So her and her boyfriend bought a gypsy. I'm going to call it a gypsy caravan, but I know it's not the right word. It's not politically correct, probably. A traveller's caravan. At the time, it would have actually been a Romany gypsy. So anyway, they got this caravan with an old horse, and they took it all the way up from London up to the northern part of Scotland, up past your way, Laura, right to the top. And Vashti wrote some beautiful folk songs while she was on this journey and afterwards. And they were eventually, her friends persuaded her to make a record, and that became her debut record. A lot of people know it from its the kind of the song that's most well known on it, Just Another Diamond Day. Just another diamond day. That was, I think it was used for an advert for a while. Anyway, that wasn't particularly successful either, and she kind of disappeared from the music scene for years and years and years. And then in the 1990s, there was a singer called Devendra Banhart, that some of you might have heard of. He really championed Vashti Bunyan's music, and then some other people picked up on it, like, what's his name? The guy from Saint Etienne who had those really nice compilation records. And it, as I say, a Diamond Day was used for an advert as well. So she became really popular again. And she did a couple of beautiful concerts, I think, at the Royal Festival Hall and a couple of other places. And it was really touching for her, because she discovered that like all these people were into her music, and eventually she went on to release another album, which I think is really sweet. I kind of think it's a bit like the Nick Drake story, but much happier. You know how Nick Drake, he wasn't well known in his lifetime, his records didn't sell very well, but now he's like one of the most respected artists. And you know, if he was around today to see how much people loved his music, it'd be really special. Well, luckily for Vashti, she was still around, and yeah, she knows how much we all love her now, right? Anyway, this song was actually this was a B-side, so you'll find it on the modern deluxe version of the record, but it wasn't on the original record. It was a B-side for one of her singles, or I think it might have been a single. Well, one or the other. But I really love it. It's just so, I've always loved this song. It's got like a real slight tweeness to it, but also a real beauty, which I think hopefully you'll enjoy. Now, this one's unusual because it's in the key of D major to start with, so the key of D. And then right at the end, it has a key change where it goes up to E flat. And all that means is she's taken every single chord and note up half a step. If you think about it, D, E flat, it's just half a step. So it's more straightforward than it looks, basically. So the first bit is all in the key of D, and we have one of the most common chord progressions in music, and that's a 2, 5, 1. So remember, we're in the key of D, so D's going to be the 1 chord, right? So 2 is going to be E minor, because the 2 chord is normally a minor. 5 is going to be A, D, E, F, G, A, and then 1 D. And this has been used in jazz music, you know, right back to Fly Me to the Moon and stuff like that, Autumn Leaves. Those autumn leaves drift by my window. So really, really common chord progression. So E minor, think of it like going up the stairs. Then your fingers here in the right shape to do the A, just by moving them up and over. Then we've got a D chord. Now you could squeeze this one in here, so you've got kind of 3 fingers, or you could do a double bar like this, or you could just go traditional D here. But notice when we go to the F sharp minor that follows, it's only 1 note different from D. Basically the note that was on the C string is going from D to C sharp. That's why it works so well. So that's a 1, 3. Then we go back to that E minor, that's the 2, and then a 5 to finish it off to create some tension. So it sounds really kind of sophisticated, but the chords are relatively straightforward in terms of their history. This one I'm going to do a really simple walk, running walk, walk. So this will be kind of like this. Let me just let me play a bit so you can hear it. So for the chords that we've only got 1 chord for a measure, I'm doing walk, walk, running, running. That just means down, 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 up, down, up. Simple as that. Down, 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 up, down, up. When you get to the chords that have the measures that have 2 chords in, like the next ones, just do down strums. And then you're back to your walk, walk, running, running. Okay, so that's the verses and the instrumental. Da 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 da. Okay, take it slowly. You'll get that. Play it round a few times, and you'll get that. And we do that several times in each verse. I think it might be 4 times in each verse. Then the chorus, it's almost like we're going to the key of C. That's why I've called it the 1 chord at the start. Really, let's call that the flatted 7th chord. Don't sweat it. I'm actually, do you know what? I'm just having a moment. I'm just thinking, just think of it as C. It's the flatted 7th in the key of D, but it doesn't matter. It's obviously having a funny moment then as well. So C for 2 measures. D for 1 measure, that's the home chord. And then this bit sounds a bit like on the verse. We have F sharp minor. Think of it like a G7 moved up towards your nose. Not too bad, right? Okay, and then we play an A. Just take that finger away. So first line of the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next bit's the same as the end of the verses. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Isn't that sweet? Let me do a verse and a chorus then. A verse and a bridge, sorry, so you can get an idea of how it sounds. I'll just get the lyrics ready. It'll sound like this. Okay, so from the verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd like to walk around in your mind someday. I'd like to walk all over the things you say to me. I'd like to run and jump on your solitude. I'd like to rearrange your attitude to me. Then the chorus. You say you just want peace. You'd never hurt anyone. You see the end before the beginning has ever begun. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change. You see the end before the beginning has ever begun. Then you're back to another verse, round and round. So it's really sweet, like quite straightforward chords. They're just a little bit tricky just because they're 3-finger chords and stuff. And that's basically the whole song. We've got an instrumental, which is just literally a verse instrumentally. So you'll be well used to doing this. E minor, A, D, F sharp, E minor, and A. And you do that twice basically, which is really sweet. Yeah, do it, Laura. I think you'd really like her. It'd be really sweet as well being up in Scotland as well, because I think some of the songs were kind of influenced by the scenery and everything, which is really sweet. If you want to solo over this one, it's a little bit tricky, and I haven't got the chord diagram here to help you, but it's the key of D, so you're going to do the D major pentatonic. This is the pentatonic shape that we use so often in Kanikapilas. Pentatonic meaning 5 notes, and the reason we use these 5 notes is that they go over all of the chords in the key without creating any clashes. Basically, it sounds nice, right? And it's this shape. So this is in your scale reference guide, which you can also download for free. We're going to go from the 2nd fret of the C string up to the 4th fret, 2nd fret of the E string, but this time up to the 5th, 2nd fret of the A string and 5th. So from the C string, you can think of it as 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. Obviously, you can play those in any order. Notice that I'm using whichever finger falls on the correct fret, basically, starting with the 1st finger at the 2nd fret. So I use my 3rd here and my little finger or pinky here. Okay. And that works really, really, really beautifully. It's still our pentatonic. You know, the My Girl riff, but this time we're in D. And again, this is quite a twee, gentle song, so keep it really, really simple. I'll just play around, and just with those 5 notes, you can make it sound really nice and effective. Let's have a go. Oh, where's that not playing? It's not got any volume. Let me just try that again. Sorry, folks, just trying to get the backing track to work. Try doing that classic thing of switching it off and on again and see whether that works. Hopefully. Okay, so is that connected? That's connected. Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay. So you can have a little play around with that shape if you want to, but it's a bit like last song. It's such a short instrumental. I would just I would just strum it if you're not sure. It's absolutely fine. Yeah, Andrani, I don't know why I did that. You could basically bridge and chorus are fairly interchangeable on songs. Sometimes we refer to something as a bridge, sometimes a chorus. Normally, if it's a chorus, it's really pop-tastic and obvious, whereas bridges can be a bit more subtle. But yeah, for some reason, I call it the chorus on the one sheet and the bridge on the other. Neither's more correct than the other, just I should have been consistent. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, where it says bridge on one, just think chorus on the other. All right, same thing. Let's give it a go then. Oh, I need to show you one more thing just ever so quickly. On the last verse, if you struggle with this, just leave it because it's quite tricky, right? The chords are correct here. On my original diagram, for some reason I put E going to E flat, but actually it's D flat going to E flat. So all the chords are right on this sheet, so you can play it off this one. It's quite tricky because the changes are quite quick. So we've got F minor instead of E minor because it's gone up half a step. B flat, E flat. To go to the G minor, the great thing is you only need to pull this finger back. Getting to F minor is a little tricky, and then B flat. And we just do that over and over. But most of all, I'd like you to be unaware. Just then I'd wander around, trailing palm leaves behind me so that you don't even know that I've been there. Gorgeous chord at the end, really, it goes super jazzy. D flat, there's a couple of ways you could do it. You could do D flat like this, bar in the first fret, one finger at the fourth. Okay, I quite like to play it as a major 7, like that. And then we go to E flat to finish. We call that a backdoor chord. The D flat just leads to the E flat really beautifully. That's really tricky. So on that last verse, I completely forgive you if you don't do the key change and either keep strumming the original chords. Obviously my singing will be out of key of you. Or you could just leave it out completely. Quite tricky. And as Indrani says, this one will take a bit of practice, particularly those quick chord changes. But you'll get it with time. You could just literally, you could even practice it without playing chords. Just literally in front of the television. Just practice, you know, if you've got a bit of time to kill at any point. I do this often, where I don't even play music, which my wife likes because it doesn't disturb her watching. But you can just literally just practice changing between those chords, and the more you build up the muscle memory, the more you'll get it. Should we give it a go, guys? If you really struggle with those chords, just play E minor, A and D and rest on the D. All right. Okay, let's give it a go. I'll stay here, I think. Let me just see if I can move my seat up a bit. There we go. Here we go. Let's do one verse instrumentally to get us going as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, F sharp, E minor, A. Okay, after this one, we'll get going with the first verse. Here we go. I'd like to walk around in your mind someday. I'd like to walk all over the things you say to me. I'd like to run and jump on your solitude. I'd like to rearrange your attitude to me. You say you just want peace, you'd never hurt anyone. You see the end before the beginning has ever begun. I've won those verses. I would disturb your easy tranquility. Sorry, that was me. I turn away the sad impossibility of your smile. Now instrumentally. And again. Chorus. I'd sit there in the sun of the things I like about you. I'd sing my songs and find out just what they mean to you. Key change. But most of all, I'd like you to be unaware. Just then I'd wander away, trailing palm leaves behind me, so that you don't even know that I've been there. Yeah, that's a cool song, isn't it? Tricky one. They're all quite tricky tonight. Don't worry, they'll be a lot easier next week. Lots of CFs and Gs, because we're doing the Hollies, which are a lot more simple songs. That's not being disparaged. They're pop perfection. But yeah, something a little bit easier, just in case you're thinking, oh my gosh, is it always like this? Those were very tricky chords, especially the last key change. But I love the key change on the record because it kind of catches you a bit unaware. It's really sweet. It suddenly goes up half a step. Plus, it's a good way to think about these chord combinations, how they still work in the same way, but you're just going up one as well. So yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, having a uke on a stand. A lot of people are surprised that I've got like lots of fancy ukes just because I've been playing years. So I have a very cheap car, but fancy ukes. But what surprises people is the uke I probably play more than anything is I've got an outdoor uke which is made of plastic, and I've got an old mainland uke which is not a cheap uke by any means, but it's like 150 quid one. And I play those more than anything, and the reason being they sit next to my sofa, so I can just literally reach down and grab one. So having a ukulele set up is really near where you sit to do stuff, whether it's reading or watching telly or just relaxing. It's a really great thing to do because you're more likely to just pick it up. And as I say, you can just practice chords quietly then. You literally don't even have to play to practice those chord changes, which was nice. Ah, good. Thanks, Heron Essence. Yeah, it wasn't too hard except the key change. Yeah. I think that's a from Indrani there. Don't worry, yeah. It takes a bit of practice, that for sure. Some tricky changes, isn't there? Particularly from that F minor to the B flat. But what a lovely song, eh? It's a gorgeous song, isn't it? Okay, so most weeks, not next week because we're doing a special Hollies one where we're getting 4 amazing Hollies songs, and the one after we're doing. Oh no, I think we do have one in the week after. But generally, we have a people's choice for the last song each week. So on our Facebook group, and if you're not a member, join up. It's free. You can post things, post videos, get some encouragement. You can ask questions. Well worth joining up. Just look up Learn Ukulele with Matt Stead Students Hangout. I think it's called on Facebook. There's a link in your sheets as well at the back if you're interested. Right at the back here, which has all the links. It's got my website, but if you actually click on the hyperlink there, that will take you to our Facebook page and you can sign up. And every so often, Karen will run a poll of songs from the Kanikapila Archive, and then you can choose one as the last song. And that's what we've got here. So we've got True Colours by Cyndi Lauper, which is a beautiful, beautiful song. This was written by the guys who wrote Like a Virgin, believe it or not, for Madonna, and Drive All Night, Cyndi Lauper's, another one of Cyndi Lauper's big hits, wasn't it? But it's really lovely. It's really simple chords, but in an unusual progression, which I think is pretty cool. And originally they wanted this to be quite pop-tastic, like a bit more upbeat and stuff, but Cyndi had Cyndi Lauper had a friend pass away. So I think it was a friend, I think it was during the AIDS pandemic. And so she wanted a song that kind of celebrated life but was a bit more sensitive. So she slowed everything down. And I'm sure you've all heard this a million times, but if you ever see her Top of the Pops performance, for example, it's like something Kate Bush would do. It's really, really beautiful. So yeah, I saw that in essence. Yeah, Cyndi Lauper was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame last night. It was Chapel Roan, wasn't it? Chapel Roan inducted her, which was cool. I saw on Chapel Roan's Facebook that she wore like a dress of banknotes like Cyndi Lauper did in one of her early videos, and it's really cool. So yeah, brilliant. And she's just a great writer. And Cyndi Lauper wrote beautiful songs as well. In fact, if you don't already know, Cyndi Lauper wrote the music to the musical Kinky Boots, which is really cool as well. So brilliant musician. Okay. So let's have a look then at what's going on here. This one's in the key of A minor, which you might think, oh no, like A minor sounds difficult, it's a minor key. But remember I said earlier how A minor is a relative minor of C major. That just means it has all the same chords, all the same notes and everything. And all the chords in C major are relatively easy to play. So this one's nice. There's no tricky F minors or anything like that, which is great. Oh, a bit of chat on the uke stamping. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. A few of you have HPL ones. They're brilliant, aren't they? Really, really, really cool. High pressure laminate. So you don't have to worry about cracks and things like that. So yeah. Absolutely. I love playing on the sofa. It keeps me all nice and relaxed. Okay, so let's take a look then. So relatively straightforward. We're in the key of A minor. So A minor is our one chord setting us off on the journey. But then we've got some really familiar chords. We've got G, C, and F. You can think of that as a 1-7-3-6, which doesn't sound very common, but in a minor key it is. A minor. G kind of creates the tension like it does in the key of C. C has some relief, and then some change from the F. And you're just going to put those together really slowly. 1, 2, 1, 2. Like so. A minor, G, really simple that, isn't it? But really beautiful. Totally. Hey Joe, we need to all get together at one of the festivals and do a band. Yeah, absolutely. I've been thinking for a while. I haven't been doing it whilst we've had the cruise because I really wanted people to come and join us, obviously, for that. And Donna and Harry put so much work into that. It's absolutely amazing. But what I'm going to do once we've had the cruise in February is I'm going to start doing some meetups in the UK and the US. So if anyone's interested, we're all going to have some Learn Ukulele meetups if you're up for it. So that could be for Canadian and American peeps, and we'll have one in Europe. And yeah, we'll get together, play some songs. I'll do some teaching for a day or two, and I think it'd be really lovely. If anyone's interested, anyway, let me know if you are. So I'll let you know more details about that within the next half a year or so. But it should be good. But yeah, maybe at one of those. There we go. I'll bring a sofa. I can do that. We'll get the sofa players together. We'll do a band. We'll do a group. Okay. All right. So the verse is I always get a bit mad at the end, don't I? Right. So the verses are pretty much similar to the intro. Only notice the timing's slightly different. So G, C. We rest on that C, F we rest on, A minor and G. All right, so slightly different length. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then we go more towards C here, C, D minor, C, F, A minor, and G, and D minor and C. Okay, so so simpler chords. It's just keeping up with them. But of course, when we've got the lyrics, it's all written out for you as well. But because they change quite quickly, it might even be easier on this one to follow on this page. So have a think. So yeah. Thanks, guys. I'm just laughing because it's like, yay! John is saying come to Germany and Laura's saying come to Perthshire, which is Scotland. Love it. Oh, we'll see what we can do. I'm sure we'll get somewhere. We'll get somewhere near those. Laura, did you see Tara from the Ukulele Project, Tara Macy? She's organising a retreat up in Scotland. So look into that if you haven't already, because that would be really, really close to you, I think. Okay, right, so the next line, C, D minor, C, F, relatively straightforward, right? A minor, G, D minor, and C. Then we go to the chorus and we're using an F chord. This is acting a bit like the change chord in the key of C. So we get a nice change to F, to C, and then the tension of G, okay? All right, so and then we do a similar thing again, but this time with an extra C added, an extra F even. F and C, D minor, A minor, F and C, F and C, G, just talking. I'm just keeping out. I'm being a bit because it's our last song. I'm being a bit relaxed, and I was having a look at some of the comments whilst we were doing that. Oh, I'd love to do Canada. I'd love to do Canada, Karen. I did have one thought, Indrani, because Indrani makes a good point about it being close to airports. I've wanted for ages, this probably gives it away a bit, right? This is my new jumper I treated myself to. It's a bit bright, isn't it? Needs sunglasses, apologies. I wondered, when Sharon went up for a work do recently, they went to a really nice conference centre on the at the Albert Dock in Liverpool. And I was wondering, when we do a UK thing at some point, should we do a Liverpool one? Because, you know, we've got my Beatles course. We could make a Beatles ukulele weekend. So we could have like, we could go to the Cavern, maybe even do like see if we could organise a jam at the Cavern. That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? Underground. We could visit Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields and Matthew Street, you know, and all that. And then we could go down to the docks and do the Beatles Museum. It would be cool, right? So that's a crazy idea I've got. If anyone's interested, let me know. So yeah, we'll kind of have a think. Oh, gotcha, Laura. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Thanks, Indrani. Thank you. Okay, right. Enough of me wobbling on. Let's just give this one a go. It's great. Just see if you can follow the chords as we go. If you'd like to, you can do a minor pentatonic on it again, just like we did on most of the other songs, which is great. Yay, Anthony, love it. we can come and do an Ozfest near you, Anthony, sometime as well. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, a Beatles pilgrimage. Oh my gosh, you guys are kind of reflecting my excitement back at me now, which I love. So yeah, brilliant. Beatles pilgrimage. Okay, so yeah, you can do a pentatonic scale on this one if you want to, an A minor pentatonic. So we're in the key of A minor. Let me just get my backing track up. That will sound something like this. There we go. Just noodle away if you want to. It's just a nice thing to do. So that's going to be over the interlude. This one's similar to one of the earlier songs in that we have verse, chorus, interlude, verse, chorus, interlude, and then it's almost the same thing, but we've just got second half of the verse and then a chorus to finish off. I think you'll be able to follow it on here as well, which would be really, really nice. Thanks, Jenny. Yay! I think Liverpool meetup is go. So yeah, absolutely, we should get that sorted. Ah, Great Bar Library. Do you know what, Anthony? I would love to come and play your library. Let me know if you want me at some point. I'll come up and I'll do that. So you know me in libraries. I used to work in libraries and I love them. So yeah, I once had an idea about doing a tour of libraries. I thought it'd be really fun, but one day. Okay, right. Let's have a bash. Yeah, Matt's Magical Ukulele Tour. Love it. You should be my press man, Anthony. I like that. Okay, sorry guys, I'm rambling on. Let's do the interlude as an intro as well. So I'll just remind you of that. That's A minor, G, C, F twice. Okay, let's give it a go. 2, 3, 4. A minor, G, C, F, A minor, G, C, F. Here we go. You with the sad eyes, don't be discouraged or realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you can make you feel so small. See your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. Don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. A minor, G, C, F, and again. A minor, G, C, F. Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy, can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy, you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up and you know I'll be there. But I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. Don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. A minor, G, C, F, again. A minor, G, C. If this world makes you crazy, you've taken all you can bear. Call me up because you'll know I'll be there. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful like a rainbow. There we go. Gosh, I didn't plan that, but I just realised this top's quite quite apt for that song, isn't it? True colours like a rainbow. Oh, I hope you enjoyed that tonight. I think I whizzed through that fairly quickly. Sorry if I went a bit quick tonight, but I was just really enjoying myself, and hope you guys did too. Anthony, you're on. We'll sort it out for sure. We're sure. Manchester International Airport is close as well. Yay! That would be good. That would be good. We shall get it sorted. I'll let you know. Another thing I've been thinking about doing. You guys might remember or might have seen. Some of you might have watched it. It was Esther's celebration of life on Saturday. It was a lovely service and really special to be there. And I was playing some music, and I played a couple of songs, and I thought I'd really love to play them for you guys. They were quite emotional, obviously, because they were some of Esther's favourites, and it got me thinking about whether I should do some concerts again online. So let me know if that's something that interests you. I might even do an open mic thing with it as well, so we bring people on via Zoom or something. So, but I thought it'd be a while because, yeah, like I said, I really wanted to play these songs to you and dedicate them to Esther. But the live stream had ended by the point that the musicians came on. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. Anyway, I might do a few concerts, maybe like once a month or something, and you guys could pick the songs. I could do songs from my albums and stuff. So just let me know if that's something that's interesting. And in the meantime, we'll have loads of fun planning our Beatles meetup, right? So that would be good. That would be good. Oh, it's a great song, isn't it, Pam? Yeah, it'd just be really nice. Oh, Karen likes the idea of a concert of open mic. Fantastic. Yeah, because what we could do, I could play a few songs to get everyone going, and then we'll do that as well. So yes, please, Anthony. Fantastic. Oh, good. Okay, we will make it happen. That's really brilliant. Cool. I don't really play live very much anymore, so I thought it'd be it'd just be nice. It's kind of obviously very sad playing those songs on Saturday, but it was really nice to kind of have a think about what would work and what would be nice. So yeah, fabulous. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Brilliant. Well, I'll just hang around for a few minutes just in case there's any questions, big or small, anything whatsoever uke related. Or if you want to know my views on world politics, joking. Keep them uke related. I'll just hang around for a little minute longer just in case there's anything else. Harry said basically the cruise is pretty much sold out now. Excuse me. But Donna did say if anyone desperately wanted to come, get in touch, because there might be a way of doing it via the cruise line. So do get in touch if you're interested. And then, of course, remember, next week we've got our next live lesson, which is going to be how to build any chord on the ukulele. I went a bit crazy. There's like 16 pages in the worksheets. I did notice with Karen's help, because she's got an eagle eye, that there's a couple of typos and stuff on there. So they're absolutely fine. The sheets work and everything. But if you want to download them for that session next week, just hang on to the end of this week, and I'm actually going to do. I'm going to put them a fresh version up there, which eliminates the typos. But as I say, if you've already downloaded it, don't worry, it still works. So yeah, that'd be great. Oh, good. That's great to hear, guys. Thank you. Take care, Adroni. Thank you. Yeah, it's really nice having the open mic. It's just great seeing other people perform, isn't it? It gives you ideas, you know, it's all fantastic. Oh, Anthony's got a very important question. How are Swindon doing? Really well, actually. Yeah, really well. So we're playing tomorrow night as well against MK Dons. We're second in the league on goal difference. So if it wasn't for goal difference, we'd be top, which is really good, right? So yeah, I'm a Swindon fan for my sins. Every Saturday, me and my daughter Cyndi, we go and watch the football, and it's been hard work for the last few seasons. It's not been going very well. So this season, it's kind of we keep pinching ourselves because we can't quite believe it's true. So yeah, it was a good match on Saturday. We were 1-0 up, then they came back to 1-1 in the last few minutes, then we scored an injury time winner, so that was very exciting. So good. Pam saying software suggestion for music on the iPad would be appreciated. A lot of people, Pam, use OnSong. There's a few others, isn't there? But OnSong's the most popular one. I think that works with Apple products, and you can download it and you can use it to organise all your music. You can put them in books and things and have indexes and stuff like that. So that works really well. I'm quite old-fashioned. Let me just have a look on I'll bring my iPad on. to show you how I do it, because I just use folders for everything. Anthony, one of these days I'm going to get up to the Hawthorns, because my friend Craig comes with me on a Tuesday night at Swindon. He's a Baggies fan, so he's been trying to drag me up there for ages. So at some point. So yeah, Pam, going back to your question, I kind of let me see if I can do this. I kind of organise all my stuff into folders. So this looks a bit crazy. This is like all my recent stuff. But if I go into a particular folder, here we go. So this is where I have all my uke stuff. And for instance, I click on my Kanikapila and it's got all my recent Kanikapilas. You can do it in date order. So I can literally just bring it up and it's got the sheets and everything. There you see all my scribbled notes that I do over everything. Then I've got my I've got my live lessons ones that I do with you guys. So again, you can bring them up, and I just do them in order there. So I just use folders like that on the iPad. It seems to work really well. And then there's things like I've been learning slap key guitar. So here's the sheets off Jeff. That's the way I do it. And you can, of course, you can put folders in folders as well. So that can be quite good. But yeah, a lot of people use OnSong, I know. Fourscore as well is another one, I think. They both work on Apple as well. So the only reason I haven't done OnSong or any of those is I can't bear the idea of having to upload everything again. And once it gets sorted, it is amazing. But the idea of doing it all over again would stress me out big time. Joe's got a question. What do I use for my backing tracks? Now, this is really lo-fi. Oh shit, this is really lo-fi. So you know how on your iPhones and iPads, and if you've got an Android device, you've got a similar thing on Android, I know. I just use the voice recorder. So this is just the voice recorder on my iPad, and I'll just I wonder if I can do one like so. The one that says 33 Dwen, that's just because that's my address. I'm giving it away now, so you can all turn up at my door tomorrow and we'll have a party. That's the location that it does automatically. But yeah, this is how I do it. So this one I've recorded earlier, and then I've just got a little speaker. So they don't play through my computer, they just play through my computer, play through a speaker, and then my computer picks it up. But yeah, it's just voice recorder. I literally just hit one and I'll just record. I'll just do like one verse or whatever it is, and then you can play that back, and it's me going on and on. So yeah, that's what I use, just a voice recorder, and then I play it back. But what you can do, you can always loop things as well. There's apps that you can buy where you can play a little section, then just loop it, or you could even use the looper pedal, which is pretty good. The other thing that's a really good one is something called Band in a Box. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Band in a Box. This is amazing for practice. So what you do is you actually type the chords in of a song. So just like Kanikapila, you know how we've got these boxes? This isn't exactly like it, but you would type the chords in like this in a chart basically. And then it's so cool. It plays it back, and you can have instruments playing live. So you can have like a bassist, like a guitar track, and all drums and all sorts. And it just generates a track. It's amazing. So that's great for practice. If you want to practice in certain keys, you can put a chord chart together and get it to generate stuff. Or of course, just if you want a backing track, YouTube is amazing for backing tracks as well. I'll often just say I want to practice soloing in the key of C, and I'll put a backing track on, and it works really well. So yeah, let me just see if I can find an example. I wonder if I get on YouTube. Open that up. Give me just a second. Oh, I don't think that's going to work. It's all right. I was just going to show if I could show you how I do it on YouTube and play along in the background. But I think Bobby's got on the computer now. So he's using a Portland broadband. But yeah, that's it. But yeah, folders work really well for storing your stuff. Playing slide on the uke, that's a good question, Anthony. I'll be honest, I've never really properly had a go at playing slide on the uke. I know you can do it. You get a kind of you could get a bottleneck kind. You could tell I've not done it before. But yeah, just buy yourself a ceramic or a metal slide, Anthony. And the best thing to do is to tune to open G. I do know that because a lot of people use that tuning where you just down tune your A string so that it's a G. And that gives you an open G chord when you strum the strings. So then when you're using your slide to go up and down, it makes it way, way easier. But what I would do, if you're interested, I'd get in touch with Phil Dolman. He does a little bit of slide. Manitoba Howl's another good one as well. And they might be able to teach you some stuff. I think I've got a book somewhere on slide ukulele, but I've never properly done it. But yeah, have a look for sure. And get in touch with Phil. Phil's coming to the winter retreat this December, so we're talking about what to teach at the moment, so that would be good. Yeah, and of course, if you learn open tuning as well, absolutely, Joe. If you learn open tuning as well, you can do the Hawaiian stuff. You can kind of do slap key type stuff on the ukulele, which is really nice as well. And you can do all that kind of Rolling Stones type stuff as well, which is fantastic. So yeah, definitely. Okay, guys, well, I'm going to love you and leave you. Have a fantastic week. Remember, we'll be back next week with a Hollies special. Thanks, Karen, to all her help for that as well with that. It's going to be a terrific session. Really excited about that. So that's going to be the next one, which is next Monday. We're going to do a Hollies special. And a week after that, we've got a Kinks special. And then not long after that, we're probably going to have our retreat special, then some Christmas specials. So we're getting festive. It's nearly time. Not quite yet, but it's nearly time, isn't it? So yeah, exciting. I always forget that, Karen, that Manitoba House from yeah, of course, that makes sense. Hopefully we'll get them over in the UK again at some point, so yeah, that would be good. All right, guys, well, much love, take care, and I will see you next Monday for another fun Kanikapila if I don't see you online before. Take care, everyone. Bye.